What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Steve and we are back for another video here today. It is Tuesday, June 18th, and today we're going to be discussing the Air Jordan 14 Retro Ferrari University Gold, or some people are calling it the Air Jordan 14 Retro Reverse Ferrari. So it has a few different names, but nonetheless it is the Gold Air Jordan 14 Retro that is dropping this weekend on June 22nd for a retail price of $200. So if you guys are new to the channel here, before we get into the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I post videos like this all the time where I do a discussion on new sneakers coming out each week, and I'll do resale discussions in terms of where I think prices will fall on release day to give you guys the best opportunity at purchasing these sneakers, either at retail or resale if you are looking to pick them up. So stay tuned for that. You guys can also follow me on social media at Steve Natto. So with all of that out of the way, let's get right into this video here. As I said, we're discussing the Air Jordan 14 Retro Reverse Ferrari University Gold. So to start off, we're just going to take a look at the shoe. Obviously, we're on the sneakers page here, and the shoe looks pretty good. I think as long as the quality of this leather holds up in hand, I think it could be a pretty solid sneaker. Obviously, the yellow is really loud, but it's just your typical Air Jordan 14 silhouette. You got that little red hit on the bottom. You got the red accents on the tongue and on the insoles. So they look like a pretty cool shoe, just notably loud if you're into that bright yellow. I'm not exactly sure if I'll be able to pick them up just because, as I say in all my videos, still over here in Italy. You guys can even see here, definitely ignore this time. These sneakers do not drop at 4 p.m. in the United States. It's just because I'm on Italy's time. It shows it as 4 p.m. They actually do drop at 10 a.m. on Saturday, June 22nd. On the sneakers app and other similar websites for the Air Jordan 14 Retro Reverse Ferrari University Gold. So now that we took a look at the shoes, what we do in all these types of videos here is we kind of get a frame for where these sneakers are releasing and just kind of get a gauge for how popular they might be. We take a look at where prices are in terms of earlier in the week, and then I'll give you guys my prediction on where I believe prices will fall kind of up until release, on release day, and maybe a little bit after. So we're going to move away from the sneakers page here and take a look at the next largest retailer next to Nike that is also releasing these sneakers. Next up would be Foot Locker, and we can pull up this Foot Locker release locator here. It's called the Launch Locator. The only sneakers for this week that they have up are the Air Jordan 14 Retro University Gold, aka Reverse Ferrari, and the grade school version. So I've already loaded this here just for the general United States. This is always what we kind of do in these videos to get a grasp of the full map of the US to check out where they're dropping, and we take a look at some of the release procedures to see how they're dropping. So if we just take a look at the full map here, this is a pretty full map in terms of Foot Lockers. So this is not every store, but it's definitely a lot of the main stores. I checked out my area specifically, and it's a lot of the bigger stores, but it's certainly not all of them. So this map sort of reminds me of the Air Jordan 14 Retro Candy Cane. I had posted a resale prediction and review and on-feet video for that sneaker, and the release calendar or the release locator here, this map, was very similar. So honestly, I think the release of these is going to be very similar to that in terms of stock numbers and kind of demand even too. So I remember that for candy canes, not necessarily saying it's going to be the same exact thing just because I don't know, but at least for candy canes, I know a lot of the stores near me really only got 1 or 2 size runs per Foot Locker store. So it would be a lot of Foot Lockers getting them and releasing them first come first serve. But if you weren't one of the 1 or 2 people to try and buy your size, you likely missed out. So they ended up being a little bit harder to get than some people thought. Resale prices still didn't go too crazy, but they didn't really dip under retail or anything like that. The prices kind of held up. So if we move on to StockX here, I use this website just because it gives real-time view on sales, bids and asks for the sneaker in real time. So if we take a look at that, also this does look pretty similar to candy canes in terms of where we are in the week. So as I said, it's Tuesday when I'm recording this. We'll be posting this shortly. And we know that retail price is $200, and we are on the Tuesday of this week. They drop on Saturday. And prices are not even that crazy, really only about 50 or 60 bucks above retail price if we look at the typical 8 to 13 full-size run. So obviously, the 7.5 and 14 and 7 are a bit higher, but they're kind of like the more unicorn sizes, at least at this point. But if we're talking 8 to 13, not even too expensive right now. And honestly, this is kind of where I imagine prices will be, especially if we take a look at the bids. Right now, the highest bid that anybody is willing to pay is for a size 12 and only 255 bucks. So, there's probably a decent amount of demand for these, but nothing too crazy in terms of over retail, just because I'm assuming people are expecting to be able to get their hands on them, or just not quite enough total demand to push that price up higher. So based on all these factors, assuming that it's a decent looking Jordan 14, Jordan 14s are obviously not one of the most popular Jordan models, but definitely up there in terms of kind of like the later numbers. It looks like they're dropping at a lot of Foot Locker stores, just first come, first serve. And people might be thinking back to that candy cane release, like I was saying, and for the fact that prices are only 50 or 60 bucks above retail price now. My official prediction for this, I believe, up until release day, prices will continue to fall a little bit. And on release day, we will see prices anywhere between $215 and about $250. So I don't expect these to go under retail. I expect them to sell out. It may take a little bit of time online, but I don't believe the price will fall under retail on StockX. I think it'll be a little above. So as I always say, especially for sneakers like this, always try and cop from your local retailer first. And then, of course, go with your most comfortable secondary marketplace if you're looking to pick them up on the resale market. Obviously, StockX is a great option. It's very simple, easy, and leaves it all right here. But that's basically where I think prices will fall, kind of about in that $215 to $250 range, depending on your size. So nothing too crazy, but I at least wanted to get this video up for you guys to give you guys an idea and kind of framework to work with in terms of this release. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys are looking to pick up this sneaker. Like I said, I was hoping originally I'd be able to get these in Italy here for review and on feet, but not totally sure that's going to happen. But at least wanted to get this video up here. So like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the sneaker and if you're looking to pick it up. And that pretty much wraps up the video for today. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed to keep up with more content just like this. You guys can also follow me on social media at Steve Natto. Like I said before, I post all my stuff about YouTube videos there first, so you can get a sneak peek before it hits YouTube. And stay tuned later in this week for more videos, as well as the following week to come. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.